Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Bournemouth 0, Chelsea 1. I'm not going to lie to you, this was a snatch and grab from Chelsea Football Club. However, this is exactly what I want to see. This is how I like Chelsea to be. When we're not playing well, we're not getting blown away, we're not dropping points, we are somehow, despite not playing well, finding a way to get the result. Sometimes going away from home and winning 6-2 and then winning 1-0 and not deserving it, probably, it feels just as good. And that's exactly how this game felt yesterday. Sorry this video's a little bit late. I had a football marathon with my mates yesterday. We decided to stay up all flipping night and watch the first game all the way through to the Chelsea game, and I wasn't staying at my house. So didn't have my equipment. It was a spare of the moment thing, but we're here. And Chelsea get the job done. We've got 7 points from our opening 4 matches. We have won our first 2 away games in the Premier League. It's funny, isn't it? I've said to you guys, Chelsea right now will do better away from home because of the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge, because of the pressure that is put on top of the players. But blimey, did we make this difficult for ourselves. Bournemouth, from minute number 1, they wanted to get at Chelsea yesterday. And I feel as though, like, you know, some days you wake up, you're hungover, and everything that happens around you in the world just seems to happen maybe 2 seconds after in your brain than reality. And I felt as though, for the majority of the first half, Chelsea were just basically ticking over. And Tavernier almost scores one of the goals of the season in the first half, hits the crossbar 4 minutes into the game. And I'm thinking, Bournemouth are up for this, and Chelsea don't seem to have arrived yet. It's not an early kickoff. You've also got Anthony Taylor in the middle of the field, and we're going to talk a little bit about this absolute psycho later on in this video. The bloke is unhinged. He's not okay. But Bournemouth were absolutely all over us for large portions of the game. The penalty decision, big moment in this match. Wesley Fofana, it's atrocious. It's a hospital pass. I'm concerned about him a little bit after what I saw yesterday. And Sanchez, to be fair, he's not really done anything wrong. Goes ahead then and makes an incredible penalty save. And Chelsea were lucky. There were multiple moments in this first half where Bournemouth looked as though they were destined to score. Chelsea should have been behind, but it's 0-0 at half-time. And then we cue the maestro, Jadon Sancho. And I'm telling you now, guys, watching Man United fans see Jadon Sancho play the way he did yesterday, the arrogance, the swagger, the confidence in the post-match interview, it's electric. I absolutely love what I saw from Jadon Sancho. He looks as though he's a player reborn. And I think I've said this since the moment we signed him. With some footballers, it's just about being loved. It's just about being somewhere where the energy is right, where the manager is just giving you that onus to be like, go and express yourself. Go and be yourself. And with Erik ten Hag, it never worked at Man United. So maybe it wasn't Jadon Sancho that was the problem. Manchester United and Man United fans, it was your manager that you decided to keep. And it was a good win for United yesterday. Well done. But Jadon Sancho made a massive difference for Chelsea. I think Neto wasn't really involved in the game. I think he was having some very heavy touches as well. He was just looked really off of it. But everybody did. Chelsea in that first half were a shambles. It was probably the worst half of the season that we've seen. And to be fair, I'm not going to lie, the second half really wasn't that better. And as we start to go through the boxes here, because this is 6 things that we learned, the series where we got green boxes, yellow boxes, and reds. Green is great. Yellow could be improved, but not awful. And red is just, I'm not having it, I don't like it. And I think yesterday it was all about individuals. I don't necessarily think it was a great team performance, but I saw enough from individual players at certain times to suggest that we're actually going to be doing all right this season. I think even if Chelsea don't look coherent, don't look fluid, it's still very early days here under Maresca. And because of injuries, we're having to chop and change. There's a lot of players still getting to know one another. I think at this point now, it's going to take sometimes individuals playing well, but not really part of the team environment for Chelsea to get certain wins. Sometimes it will click. Sometimes we will blow teams away. Wolves, case in point. But yesterday, I think we were relying too heavily on Cole Palmer at times to try and instigate anything going forward in the first half. But the man, for me, Jadon Sancho got the Premier League man of the match. But box number one, wow. Robert Sanchez was absolutely sensational yesterday. And look, I have said all along this season, I don't think Sanchez is a long-term Chelsea number one. All I want is to get proven wrong, okay? I want to really see Sanchez be that guy. And yesterday was his day. Yesterday was the day where you look at that performance, it's a fabulous penalty save. It's not an awful penalty from Evanilson. And he spoke about it after the game, saying how he already studied him and he knows that he kind of looks one way and then goes the other. It's a brilliant save. And it wasn't just that. He was commanding in the box yesterday. I thought his distribution was excellent. It was all round a perfect goalkeeping display. And I know that he got a yellow card, but flipping heck, mate. Who didn't get a yellow card? I'm pretty sure if Anthony Taylor could have given me one through the screen, he would have done. Honestly, we're going to talk about him in a second. I'm letting it brew because I'm just going to throw it out in a minute, okay? I'm going to get something off my chest that I've done a few times, but like today, I'm not going to hold back on this bloke. But Sanchez, here's your flowers, mate. Best performance from you in a Chelsea shirt. Keep it up, and that number one spot is well and truly yours. Brilliant from Sanchez. And also, brilliant from Christopher Nkunku. And I've got to discuss this here in the 6 Things We Learnt video because as much as I don't want it to be if one striker scores, then we criticise the other one, there's a night and day difference on show yesterday between what we saw with Nicholas Jackson's finishing. Nkunku gets one serious chance in front of goal and he converts it with aplomb. And I think it's this kind of performance from Nkunku in that little cameo that he gets, scoring the winner away from home to get Chelsea a massive 3 points. This, for me, puts Nkunku in the starting 11 for West Ham next week. When we've got so many attacking players, there isn't going to be any time and space right now for underperformance. I think yesterday, Pedro Neto didn't really do very much, if anything, in the first half. I thought he had a stinker. I think Noni also had a bit of a stinker in the first half, as good as he's been so far this season. And because of the amount of players that we've got, because of the quality of players that we've got, when people come in, and yesterday, it was about 2 men who changed things when they came on for Chelsea. I thought Felix was quite good as well, and Chelsea overall were average. But like, to be able to bring players like Joao Felix, Christopher Nkunku, Jadon Sancho off the bench is a madness, by the way. Get used to it because they're ours, boys and girls. But Nkunku, it's a massive goal. And I think there's a big talk right now at Chelsea. And I said in my preview, and again, I hold my hands up, I wanted Jackson to start because I think if a striker's scoring, you keep playing him. But yesterday, Jackson again, it's not awful misses. We've seen so many worse misses than what Jackson's misses were yesterday. But like, I'm still saying that word again. I'm not saying scoring, I'm saying misses. I'm saying could have done better, should have done better. And with Nkunku, I think he's just too good to just not be in this team. I think Chelsea will be, because of Cole Palmer's brilliance and the fact he's one of the best players in the world, he has to play as a number 10. Cole Palmer's, that is his position. So for Nkunku now, he is going to be fighting with Jackson because there's no fight with Cole Palmer because Cole Palmer is so good. And as much as Palmer doesn't feature in one of these boxes today, I'm delighted with the attacking players that we've got on show and how even if the game isn't clicking and it's not working for Chelsea, we can also bring on Jadon Sancho. Honestly, looking at Sancho in that second half last night, I'm like, I don't understand what's gone on at United, but I don't care anymore. I don't give a flying shit what happened with Erik ten Hag and Jadon Sancho because already you can see it from the training photos. You can see it from the training videos. Sancho knew that yesterday it was on him to grab the game and be like, look, we're not creating much here. Sanchez, Robbo's saving us at the back. I've got to make something happen. And he could have had another assist for Jackson, but Jackson hits it over the crossbar. But it is the directness of Sancho is what I loved yesterday. And he's got that swagger. Chelsea haven't had a player since Eden Hazard that can be out wide. Cole Palmer, yes, but like quite often his brilliance is coming inside. With Eden Hazard, he could have the ball literally almost going out for a throw-in. 5 seconds later, we've scored a goal. That is what Jadon Sancho brought to us yesterday. He's got the ball and he's happy to have it with a close control near that touchline, looking to get inside because that is where you get the better opportunities to score. That's exactly what he did. Gives the ball to Nkunku. I'm not sure if it's like amazing control from Christopher Nkunku and then good finish, but like it doesn't matter. He's in those positions. He was direct. He was looking to get the ball to the striker, and he changed the game. He was absolutely the best player in that second half, and it's because of Sancho's performance and the Nkunku goal that we get a vital 3 points at the Vitality Stadium. Right. We're 10 minutes into this video and I've got to go on an absolute rampage on Anthony Taylor. This man shouldn't be fit enough to leave the house in the morning, let alone referee a Premier League football match, let alone referee a Chelsea game. If you don't already know this, right, yesterday was the most yellow cards ever given in a Premier League match. And if I'm being very honest, I think only about 4 of them for both Bournemouth and Chelsea were deserved. This isn't just that Anthony Taylor's got a thing against Chelsea. This is that Anthony Taylor is a rubbish referee. He doesn't let the game flow. He wastes time giving pointless yellow cards. And look, there's this tweet here that I've screenshotted from CFC Daily. And it's not just like the fact that Anthony Taylor wants to keep on giving out yellow cards. That, to be honest, I don't think that they were. The problem is, Chelsea will likely receive a ban, or not a ban, sorry, a fine by the FA for breaching 6 cards and more, the same to Bournemouth. Chelsea only gave away 9 fouls. How can we literally have nearly the whole flipping team yellow carded and we only gave away 9 fouls? Let alone the fact that there were so many fouls yesterday that he didn't even blow for. Honestly, it's criminal that this guy can be anywhere near a football pitch. I'm not joking anymore, guys. Look, I've been saying for years that this bloke shouldn't be near a Chelsea game, refereeing it, because of the bias that goes against us. But it's not even just towards Chelsea. It is the sheer incompetence. I don't think the man knows what he's supposed to be doing. I know that people are going to argue and say, but it's the rules. But like, he's ruining the game. He's actually ruining the match. And no wonder the game stayed 0-0 for so long. Players are on yellow cards. We're less likely to, take risks. You're less likely to be caught out of position, make a big... Because the referee was just given bookings for everything. Chelsea have Jackson, Fofana and Cucurella now 3 yellow cards away from suspension. These accumulate and then end up with bans. And Enzo Maresca, who's also booked, is now 1 game away from a touchline ban too. All of these little petty yellow cards for almost nothing has not only given us an unwanted record, but it's just once again proof that Anthony Taylor is just a shit referee. I cannot stand him. If there's any person I hate in football, I hated Dani Alves. He was always my number 1. Avrebo. Despise the bloke. But Anthony Taylor, he makes me sick. It absolutely makes me sick how this guy can be a referee. Box number 5 is a green for Caicedo. When I say earlier on in this video that it was very much a game of individual performances that were good, I'm not going to say that we were great at all because we really weren't. This was a snatch and grab from Chelsea. But I thought Caicedo was good. I was looking at him and the way he was carrying the ball, trying to drive Chelsea forward, his dribbling's improving, and I thought Caicedo was decent. I thought Renato Vega wasn't bad also in his Premier League debut as well. Axel Disasi is box number 6, guys. It's a red box for Disasi. I think he just had a shocker, didn't he? And I'm not surprised in the slightest because he's not a right back. And you play a centre back out of position and he doesn't perform when he's not actually that good anyway. I'm not surprised. I'd like Disasi to be good because, like I said last season, he loves it. He gets involved. He does it for the fans. There's moments like the Palace, but I'm not buying into that. Disasi's not good enough at Chelsea. He's just not. And yesterday he wasn't good enough at right back. Simple as that. Chelsea get the job done. I'm happy about it, obviously, but performance was worrying and we got away with it, really. Bournemouth had big chances, and if it wasn't for the brilliance of Sanchez yesterday, we are going away with nothing. Brilliant stuff from Nkunku and Sancho. We get the job done. Chelsea is 7th in the Premier League. It's not all bad. We're 7 points in from 4 games. Subscribe to GBFC if you are new and haven't already done so. Smack a like on this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow.